Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Daniela and today I'm going to show you how to make these amazing simple rings made of seed beads. They are made using a flat even peyote stitch and they are made of Toho treasure seed beads. They are easy to make and even beginners can make them with no problem. They are great handmade gift for your friends, family, co-workers and actually for everyone you care about. Making your own gift can be so much more meaningful and you can create something special for people you love, making colors that they love and simply make it more personal. So as far as the time is concerned, count about 30 to 40 minutes to make this one ring. It depends on your experiences with bead weaving, but even beginners can make it quite quickly because after you will make 3 or 4 rows, it will become a routine. Actually, first 3 rows can be a little bit tricky and messy, but next rows are simple and easy to make. But if 30 or 40 minutes is too much for you and you want to make it faster, try to simply make less rows, the ring will be thinner and it will go faster. So, enough talking and let's get straight into it. First we prepare a bead mat. It's optional, but it's easier to pick up seed beads from bead mat than, for example, from the table. Next we need 2 colors of seed beads. I like to use cylinder seed beads for the flat peyote stitch because they link up together like little bricks. So for this tutorial I have chosen Toho treasure seed beads. This is translustered green emerald and this one is silver line medium topaz. Both are size 11. And we need also some bigger bead that will serve as a stub bead. I'm going to use this small glass pearl. It doesn't matter how it looks because at the end we remove it and it won't be a part of our ring. We will make the ring according to this pattern I have prepared for you, and you can see that the green seed beads are on the edge of the ring. So we use matching color of thread with the green beads because the thread on the edge is a little bit visible. So I'm going to use this Nymo in dark green. And next we need the beading needle and scissors. You can find the list of all these products with links in the description below. First we cut a piece of thread. 150 centimeters is enough to make the ring. If you can't find measuring tape, it's approximately that much. So we cut the thread and thread the needle. We put on our stub bead and bring it down. We leave a tail long enough, about 5 inches is okay. Then we go back through the bead to make a loop around the bead. This stub bead will help us to create tension and keep our beadwork in place until we make few rows and the beadwork will set up itself. We will remove this bead when our beadwork will be finished. Then we pick up an even amount of seed beads according to this pattern. So we pick up 3 green beads, 2 gold beads and 3 green beads and bring them down to a stub bead. These 8 beads will create the first 2 rows. And now we start to make the 3rd row. The principle of even count peyote stitch is easy. We always skip over 1 bead and go through the next bead. So we pick up 1 green bead, skip over this last bead and go through the next green bead. And tight. Pick up another green bead, skip over this green bead and go through the next gold bead. and tie it. Next we pick up one gold bead, skip over this gold bead and go through the next green bead. And tie it. Pick up one green bead, skip over this green bead and go through the last green bead. And tie it. Ignore this top bead because this bead is not a part of our beadwork. Now we have 3 rows. First, second and third. And you can see that every second bead is popping up, and we always want to fill these gaps between the popping up beads. So in next row we add 1 bead to each gap. We pick up green bead, skip over this green bead and go through this popped up green bead. Pick up another green bead and continue the same way. Skip over this green bead and go through this popped up gold bead. Pick up gold bead, skip over this gold bead and go through this green bead. And the last bead in this row, we pick up green bead, skip over this green bead and go through this popped up green bead. And tie it. Now we have 4 rows and you can see that it's getting nice. Once you get your first few rows done, it really does link up very nice and sits tight together. So we are coming out of this green bead. We pick up another 1 green bead, skip over this green bead and go through this next popped up green bead. And tied. I like to use these cylinder beads because they link up together like little bricks and they make clean looking pattern. Of course you can use whatever kind of beads you want. I just recommend you to use some quality regular beads like Czech Preciosa or Japanese Toho or Mayuki beads, because if you use some cheap no-name Chinese beads, the beadwork wouldn't look good, it will be a hard work and you can be disappointed. So we will continue without pattern until we reach the length we want to make a ring. Just remember that the number of rows have to be an even number because we need to weave the ends together and the ends need to fit together like a zipper. So now I have the length I want for my ring finger. It's 66 rows. And now we remove the stub bead and connect the 2 ends. We simply sew them together this way. Now you can see that it's important to have an even number of rows because they fit together. Now we go back and weave this working thread in. We're gonna go under the thread and we make a knot. Hide it in the beadwork. And cut the thread as close as possible to the beadwork. And now we do the same with the other tail. So we thread the needle, weave the tail in, go under the thread between the beads, make a knot, hide it in the beadwork, and cut the thread. And voila, the beaded ring is finished. So I hope that you were successful and that you made your own ring with no problem. They are very good looking on hand about how simple they are to make. So if you have any questions, suggestions, ideas, whatever, write me in the comments below. It won't be the last video about the peyote. I will focus on the stitch a little bit more in next tutorials, so if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye!